Hello, and welcome to Founder Freedom. From hustler to CEO, this is the podcast built for e-commerce entrepreneurs and small business owners who are ready to work less, earn more, and scale smarter. I'm your host, Stephen Palmer, and today we're talking about how personal experiences and challenges fuel the mission to create products that resonate deeply with everyday needs. Today's guest is Gabriela Meckler, founder of Mumi, a standout brand born from a mother's need for organization. Let's jump in with Gabby. Welcome, Gabby.
Hi, Stephen. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Can you tell us a little bit about Mumi Design's value proposition?
Yes, of course. We launched the company 10 years ago with the idea of offering solutions as parents that Maribel and I found we needed, starting with the packing cubes. We saw the need especially when you travel as a mom with kids, things can get very hectic trying to find what your kids need when they need them. And so we decided to create a line of packing cubes that would be very beautifully designed, appealing for moms, and affordable for them. And that just led into more and more ideas.
Nice. So what inspired you to create the brand exactly?
Yeah. So, like I was saying, Maribel and I were raising our babies, traveling together, doing all activities. And we realized that there was a need we were both huge fans of packing cubes and how they help you get organized when you travel. And we realized that in the market, packing cubes were either designed for adventure travel or for businessmen, but there wasn't really something that was speaking to a more, let's say, girly, cute, beautifully designed kind of product. And that's where the idea came about. And that's why we created the line with 8 different colors so that every member of the family could have their own particular color and everybody would know where their things are.
Nice. That's an awesome gap to find there. So you kind of talked about a gap in the marketplace. I mean, did that kind of solidify the direction of Mumi Design?
Yeah, it definitely did. We immediately saw that we were speaking directly to people just like us, women that we are busy doing mom things and work things, and time management and being organized is an essential need for all of us. And
Yep.
so we immediately felt like the connection with our customers being just like us. And it just became very easy to continue designing newer products to complete the line.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it's just in thinking about inefficiencies, what was the existing way for moms to like get organized that you saw that was broken and that you have changed for the better?
Yeah, well, particularly when we started with the packing cubes was, like more geared towards traveling and all the stress that you go through when your son, 4-year-old, is like, mommy, I want to get in the swimming pool. And you're like having to open up a whole suitcase and go through everything you pack to find, like little Ben's swimsuit so that he can jump in the water, right? But moving forward, like we kept finding and resolving our own needs in designing these products. And it just was amazing, to see the response from our customers that have loved the products that we designed for ourselves, right?
Nice. So that's a pretty cool story. I mean, you're solving your own problems along the way. You're helping a whole bunch of people. That's fantastic and a little bit lucky.
Yes, I think so too.
Yeah. So for new shoppers, like looking at your website, what do you think is the biggest misconception that people have about what your brand does?
We get a lot of customers that I designed a product a while back, like I said, designed particularly for me, for my own needs. This is a little bit of a personal story that I don't share very often, but I'm a cancer survivor and I was undergoing treatment and I had to take all these medications. And like I said, I'm being a young mom, hustling with work and kids and everything. I felt like those pill boxes were so annoying. They made me feel like an old lady. They weren't convenient for me to take my pills wherever I was. And so I designed the pill pouch and just wanted something that was very practical, but that was very cute and that I could take with me anywhere. And so I designed the pill pouch and it became our number one seller. We've sold over 100,000 units of that, have been copied endlessly on Amazon. sadly. But it's definitely, like, so we have a lot of customers, going back to your question, we have a lot of customers that have gotten to know us through buying the pill pouch, right?
Okay.
And then feel like sometimes they're not knowing that the company is so much more than that, right? We've
Right.
expanded our line to have so many products. We have a line for babies. We have a line for organizing the closet at home. So I feel like sometimes we're missing on our customers knowing the whole
Right.
array of products.
Showing the whole catalog.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a common answer to the question, that there's usually like a hero product,
Right.
and then that's how people get referred to you or whatever, and then they don't really go into their search with open eyes and open arms, kind of looking at other stuff. But
Exactly.
to be fair, people got to start with something, right? To
Yes,
cozy.
absolutely. And absolutely. And I mean, I love it. It has been something completely unexpected. I didn't even think that anybody would be interested in that product. And what we were known before that was because of the packing cubes. I mean,
Right.
that's what people would come to us over and over again. So it's been really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. So do you have a success story, either from a customer standpoint or a mission standpoint of your brand, that you can talk about today?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like even just having survived for 10 years, in the company and being able to put out these products that we design with so much love and people connecting with our brand, for me, that's already a success.
Mm-hmm.
But because we were talking about the pill pouch, I do have one story that really just stayed with me. When I put out the product, like I said, I designed it for myself. It was what I needed. And, I said, let me do it. My partners supported me. They're like, go ahead, Gabby, just put it out there. Let's see what happens. We ordered a very small amount. And right away, when I made the first post on social media, somebody commented, like one of my followers commented on the post, tagging somebody else saying, hey, this would be great for, and mentioning the exact medication that I was on at the
Oh,
moment.
wow.
And so it just like my heart was like just jumping out of, out of my
Mm-hmm.
body. And so I reached out to this person who actually lived in Argentina that said, and I said, like it would bring me great pride if you would be able to use my product because I'm going through the exact same thing than you
Yeah.
are. And we sent the pill pouch all the way to Argentina and
Mhm.
been a follower since then.
Nice.
Yeah, she's now become a fan and a supporter. So it's just a very moving story for me that I will always
Yeah.
remember.
That's awesome. That's very touching.
Yeah.
So do you have any trends that you could see in your industry that might be reshaping the way that the brand moves forward?
Well, that's a little bit of a tough question to answer in this kind of environment,
Yes.
politically and economically. Unfortunately, we manufacture in China, so I won't get into that and the headache that this is for us right now. The other thing is, again, the unfair competition with Chinese suppliers that send their product to the States to sell directly on Amazon and then having to compete price wise, right,
Mm-hmm.
with these competitors that of course don't offer the quality, but they copy the design and they
Right.
copy the idea. And so, for us, we're trying to really stay true to the brand and saying, like what our objective is and thinking of our customers, what they want.
Mm-hmm.
We do see something that really excites us all the time, and it makes me super happy, is that we personalize our products with embroidery and with decals. And so it's something our customers really love, and we have repeat customers. Like it becomes the present that they give for graduations, for weddings, for baby showers, baby namings.
Mm-hmm.
It's something very special because sometimes, especially like, let's say like our whole travel line, it's not something that you have in your mind you're going to spend like a couple $100s on
Yeah.
them. But it's such a great gift. And then you add these personalization and people absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So that's something that we have definitely, because we see the interest, then we've like, okay, what can I design that people can personalize and make it their own and make it a gift and make it beautiful? So even my packaging has become just like very giftable.
Nice. I like
Yeah.
that. I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not an uncommon differentiator, but I think often companies don't think of it because it's just so obvious.
Yeah.
Personalization. Super,
Yeah.
super awesome, super strong way to
It's
position your products.
Absolutely. And it makes a big difference because, first of all, you get the opportunity of the customer service, which is my favorite part of them all, even though sometimes can be
Yeah.
not so fun. But when it's nice, when, like when you have a happy customer, it's so exciting. And to be able to, like hear what they want and what they need and then making it happen for them, it's something really great. And it brings another source of revenue, right? It's an added line of revenue, which is amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hmm.
So thinking about other entrepreneurs and business owners that could be listening to this, do you have any advice for them about either how to advance quicker or certain potholes to avoid that e-commerce leaves a few behind as you're traveling that road?
Yeah, there's so many. But I think for right now, the best advice that I could give myself, like I'm really trying to, it's focus. Focus and focus. You can't do it all at the same time. You can't expand in every way at the same time. Focus on your niche, focus on what you're doing, and do it well. Because the more you try to do, the less you can achieve, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of like e-commerce and marketing, for example, it's become, especially for like small business owners, it's become so unattainable to invest all the money in, let's say, Facebook, Instagram ads. They're so expensive, right? And you're competing with these giant monsters. So, I mean, giant companies.
Yeah.
We can and so like if instead of doing, okay, so I'm going to advertise on Facebook and Instagram, and then I'm also going to do ads on TikTok, and I'm going to do ads here and ads there, and then you're spreading yourself very, very thin.
Yeah.
So I say find your niche, find your people, find where they are, and then talk to them in that way, right? And
Right.
focus on one thing.
Yeah. It's good advice. Find your tribe and stick with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, this is what has become my mantra in the last couple of months, where I'm like, don't try to spread yourself too thin.
Very good. That's very good. It's also very true. I mean, with so many avenues to go down in terms of marketing, it's so much easier and more efficient to just pick one and roll with it. Even if you're wrong, pick one.
Yeah.
Prove it or disprove
Exactly.
it, and then roll with it or can it and move on to the next one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Too many channels.
So many channels. And that's definitely been something that I made a big change last year. And, we were trying to go in so many directions. We were expanding markets, in other countries, and we were expanding, like investing, going really big in retail. And it's a lot.
Yeah,
so
it is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Retail can backfire too for small companies as well. People don't realize that. They look at it with big eyes, thinking that it's going to be, a green pasture, but it becomes competitive very, very quickly.
Yes. And you have to have, like in order to grow, you need to make sure that you have like the right team on board. You have the right cash flow for it. You have, so focus.
You're on it. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So immediately kind of looking forward, what next for your company?
Hopefully many years of bringing my customers more cute, amazing products.
Nice. I like it. And I get it. How can listeners get more involved with what you're doing? Let's send them to your website. Let's send them to the social channel that you're working.
Yes, thank you so much. So our website is www.mumidesign.com, and that's design in singular. Mumi, Mumi, design.com. Our Instagram handle is at Mumi Design, and then our TikTok is also Mumi Design.
Awesome. So 2 channels and a website.
Yes.
Well, that's a wrap here, folks, on another episode of Founder Freedom. A big thanks to Gabriela Meckler for sharing the journey behind Mumi. Gabriela's story is a powerful reminder that behind every product lies a personal narrative, a blend of challenges, inspirations, and unwavering determination. If Gabriela's journey with Mumi resonated with you, consider exploring their range of thoughtfully designed products at www.mumidesign.com. If you like what you heard here, subscribe and share this episode and leave us a review to help other founders find their path to freedom. Until next time, keep creating, keep scaling, and never lose your style.